Hello, how are you? It's Sue Maddox from maddoxcreations.com here with you today, and today I'm going to show you a few little organising tips. So I've been doing a little bit of organising in here. Normally I'm quite chaotic, but we have started to get a little bit of order into things. So first up, I thought I'd show you my dies and embossing folders, which I keep in this little basket here. I would like to get some really groovy, pretty baskets at some stage, but yeah, at the moment we're just using what we have in the house. So try it that way. So let me just give you a little bit of a closer look at those. So in our baskets I've got, for a start off, I got my label maker out and labeled all of my embossing folders and popped them in here in alphabetical order, and that way when I'm doing a little video or something I can find what the name of things are, because I forget the names of everything. So I've got those all just lined up in there, easy to drag out. I keep this basket under my desk and then I just get it out whenever I'm doing some crafts. The bit that I was so excited about was the bit in the back. This is the dies, and I have ordered from eBay some magnetic sheets. Now, a little tip that I got off a friend, Christine, was to get the ones that are 1 millimeter thick, so they're nice and solid, and yeah, they're not really flimsy. So cut them down to size and then pop them into the little container. Let me move that to the side for a minute. And then it's just so much easier to see all the things. I've put the label on the top so I know what set it is. If it's got 2 sheets like this one does, then I've put a little thing on to remind me to flip it over and have a look at what's on the back as well. So that was very handy. I have noticed that since I've done this, I can flick through and then find what I've got, and I just have been noticing just all of the other different little shapes that are in sets that I'd sort of forgotten about. For example, this painted labels one, you can see it's got the beautiful little frames that I'd forgotten were in there. Just to go back to this one for a moment, the all dressed up, this was the dies that goes with the perfume bottle, the lipstick and the shoe. But look, it's also got this gorgeous little set that's great for the little skinny greetings. It's got this beautiful long stitched rectangle as well that I had forgotten that was in there. So some of those odd little bits and pieces that are in your dies just helps you to be able to see them a little bit more closely. So I'm very excited about these. The other one, now wait till you see this one. So if you're a bit like me, that alphabet die just gave you the heebie-jeebies with it all higgledy-piggledy. But look, it's all nicely lined up in alphabetical order, much, much easier to use. So I am really liking that. Another little tip. So this was the well written with all of the little words and things on it. Now it's a little bit tricky to read these on here when they're backwards and you've got the other bits of metal around them. So what I did is on the back, just grab that out, I've just typed out what all of the different greetings are, so it's quite easy little reference just to flip over, have a look and remind myself of which words are which. So once I've got that little reminder, then I can usually find the little bit. Hi Tina, great to see you. All right, so I was quite excited about this little, it did take a little while to go through, but it was quite a fun job. And then I've just got them all out here in alphabetical order now. So let's pop that to one side for a moment. Just dropped my microphone, that probably made an almighty thud. And let me show you the next bit. So pattern paper, what I have been doing lately with my pattern paper, because I've a bit of a big one for just collecting it and not actually using it. I've got great big collections there, and then yeah, I don't know, it's hard to get it, use it and get it onto a card. So what I've been doing lately is chopping up some of it. So I take one of the sheets, I chop it in half, and I put one of the 6" by 12 bits in this little basket that just happened to be exactly the right size. And I keep that for if I want a larger project or some other thing. So put that to one side. The rest, the other half of the sheet, I chop into little 4" by 6" rectangles. G'day guys, hi Mel, hi Wendy, good to see you. And I keep it in this little box. So this is a little, just take these out, this is just a little plastic box from Daiso, so very cheap. I had a bunch of these. I thought I would put them to good use. And then these little file tab things, I just had these hanging around. I think they came in actually I think they came in a Stampin Up box from ages ago, so I've just repurposed them. I need to find some more now, so if anyone knows where you can get little ones like this, that would be good, because I've run out now. popped a little label on, and there I've got all my little bits all chopped up, and I just find it so much easier to get this out, flick through the different designs, yeah, and use them, especially for the little cards I've been making lately with punches. I haven't got one handy there, but yeah, just handy. This is sort of about the right size. I'll trim it down to whatever size I want to use. I find I just do it into the 4x6. It's nice and quick to chop up, and then I can refine how I want to chop it later on, so it doesn't sort of lock me in. Yeah, and so we've just got, yeah, our little, it's just easy to grab out. I just find it a little bit easier to use when it's chopped up and ready to go into little bite-sized pieces there. So while I was doing that, now these aren't fancy because these aren't labeled, but I've got the little 6x6 papers that come in the little 6x6 squares. So I've just basically chucked all of these in here. These all fit on a nice little shelf just down beside my desk. So I do have some more bits and pieces a bit further away, but I'd just like to have a few things that are just right within reach. Oh, Mel, that sounds like a good tip there. Thank you. The other one I've got is I chopped up some of, because another thing that I tend to collect and not buy is all of these sort of specialty bits, the foil papers, and what else have we got in here? The glimmer paper. There's some of this plush poinsettia stuff, the felt bits. So I've got those in nice little bite-sized chunks as well in another one of those little cheapy containers. They're just the perfect size. It's quite handy. Now, while we're talking, oh no, hang on. Let's grab this one out. So the other thing that I find I'm always reaching for is just some of those basic neutral type colours. So Whisper White Thick I use all the time, the Shimmery White I use a lot, the Vanilla. I've popped in a few little bits of the adhesive sheets, so I'm always reaching for those, and some watercolour paper and a little bit of crumb cake as well. So just a nice little handy bucket of those. I've got more of this elsewhere, but this is just a nice handy if I just want to do a greeting or something, I can just grab out a little piece. I find the easier that I make things to be at hand and in a size that's ready to go, then the more likely I am to use it. So I've been enjoying having this. That's been really handy. Daiso, I'm addicted to Daiso. It's great. While we're talking Daiso, this is another thing that I just grabbed out too. It's these little containers that are divided into 4 sections, and they're just perfect for re-inkers. So you can fit a whole colour family in 2 compartments. I think I've got a double up there. So that's just, yeah, really handy for the little re-inker bottles. I've got my ink pads storage in the storage containers there, and they do have little containers that will fit on the top, but I don't quite have the height in my shelf, so I keep these on and I don't use these as often, so I'm quite handy for them to be a little bit further away. I've been trying to reorganize my desk a little bit so that the things I use all the time are really close, because I am a little bit lazy. I can't even bother getting up and walking over to the other side of the room. So yeah, I like everything nice and close to hand. So that was really handy. And another little tip I saw from someone was to grab out a little, what are they, little brad things, little stick-on, whatever you call them, and pop on the top. And sometimes it's not the exact colour, but I know that that's the red that's in subtles. So it just gives me a little hint when I'm trying to find the right lid. So if you've got a nice little collection of the little stick-on doohickeys, that's handy for the little top of the refill bottles. Okay, I think that is all my organising things. Oh no, another little Daiso. I must have gone a bit crazy on the Daiso at some stage. They did have these cute little, I don't know, triangle-y sort of containers, and yeah, I keep some of my little tools. I like to keep my glue upside down in one, and it's just the right size. Candy dots, thanks Tina, that was what they were. I knew someone would know the name. And I've got another one over here that I keep my different pens to. If you're a bit of a pen, most crafters, we like our colourful pens as well, don't we? So that is my organising for today. Now, if I did pan around with this camera, you'll see that quite a bit of this room needs definitely to continue on with a little bit of a makeover, but at least we're getting there. We'll get there one of these days. Okay, so I hope those little tips and bits and pieces were handy there for you, and I'll catch you another time. Thanks very much for dropping by. Hello to all of those people there. Say g'day in the comments, and I'll catch you later. Bye.